What an honor and a pleasure and a blessing it is to be in Utah on the Lone Peak campus celebrating the first Nike Southwest Regional title for this amazing group since 2019. A fourth year in a row, a fifth consecutive season overall to advance to Nike Cross Nationals. They become only the second Utah girls program joining Davis, which qualified in 2007. 12, 13, 14, and 15. They become only the second Utah girls program to win multiple Southwest regional titles along with American Fork in 14 and 15. We have 6 of them here. Shout out to Paityn Rohatinsky. Obviously, we want her to be great come December 6th at Glendoveer Golf Course. I'm going to start over here with the magnificent Maya Bybee. When I said at Sugar House Park, I think my last statement was let's make it a little bit less nerve-wracking, a little bit less anxious, and you ladies certainly did. What was the vibe like being on stage and going through team processing this time, knowing that Courtney Meldrum doesn't have to wait for a phone call in a week's span of time? Yeah. That you ladies were coming back home from Toka Sticks Golf Course in Mesa, Arizona, knowing that it was already automatic that you're going to NXN for a 4th year in a row.
It was definitely relieving. It's been a goal of us to be able to qualify without having to get the at-large bid, and also we get colored jerseys, which is kind of exciting. But there's definitely nerves going into it, and after state, we were just it was just a reset and refresh, and we were just excited to go out at it as a team. And I feel like there was a really good vibe. We all were determined, and we all knew we'd had our setbacks and everything, but we were just ready to go out there together and just go give our best shot. So it was fun. We stuck together, and then we all pushed, and it was great. I'm so glad it turned out well. I'm so glad that you talked about sticking together and pushing. One of the greatest final miles, not just in Lone Peak history, in Nike Southwest region history. In terms of the projected scoring at the 2-mile mark, it was a 10-point separation between Heritage from Colorado competing as Liberty Bell and you ladies, and then a 58-point swing in the last 1.1, even by Lone Peak standards. That's truly extraordinary. Could you feel the momentum and the energy, and hearing from Courtney and Ryan and family and supporters and whatnot that things were going well coming down that last stretch? For sure. Me personally, I didn't know really where we were at, but we knew that's how we like to race, and we wanted to kick it in, especially that last mile, and then even taking it down the last 800, last 400, the last finishing stretch. That's where we love to race and make the swing. So I think, we could tell and we could feel when I saw my teammates coming up on me, it was okay, let's go for this, and so it was good. Hailey Atwater, one of the biggest movers from last year to this year, moving up more than 70 spots, moving up almost 50 seconds, and obviously it's a lot more fun when you get to do it with 6 other women. Can you describe what the emotions were like for you in the aftermath at Toka Sticks this year in comparison to last?
It was so cool. Last year I really didn't have my best race, and this year I just improved so much, and it just helped so much to be running with the team, and it was so awesome, and I just love my teammates. I mean, all 7 women 18:21 or faster, 6 of you, including yourself, 18:01 or faster, 4 women under 17:50. But how much of a benefit, even when you weren't racing with this group, was it just to have a better understanding, Hailey, of where you could be ambitious and courageous and attack the course, and where you needed to be patient and kind of wait to make that definitive surge, even if it wasn't your best race or your favorite race of your career, knowledge is power, and you certainly showed that in your return to Toka Sticks. So how instrumental, how impactful was that for you coming back this time? It helped so much to know the course and know more, and just trusting my teammates and moving when they were moving, and my coaches too. They were yelling. They were helping so much, and 6 of the 7, all gained ground in that last stretch. 4 moving up more than 10 spots. Could you sense I just asked Maya, could you sense a big shift for you, and then what you were hoping for the group at the end? I didn't Maya. I really didn't know what place we were in or how we were doing, but I could hear my coaches yelling at me that I was our 5th runner and that they needed me. So I just did what I could to try to make sure we did what we could. Absolutely, you certainly did.
And you've had the blessing in your career of sharing this with, with Addie, with Andy, with Ava, with Boston. What does it mean that I get to bring Tatum and Hailey along, with the vets this time? Because I don't have to share with you how the experience is, and just how special the student athletes get treated, and it's even better when you're on the podium. But just how much joy is it to share it with the veterans, but also bring in some new energy to Oregon this time.
Yeah, well, honestly, Andy and Addie in Boston, I think looking up to them as a freshman, just kind of like taking their example, and they took me under their wing and they helped me push the races. I didn't really know what I was doing. I wasn't quite as experienced, and so I think following their example and just like making sure that like I was doing what they wanted me to do in order to get there. And so I feel like that's kind of what I've been trying to do with these girls, just like take them under my wing and just help pull them and help push them, and they've definitely helped push me, and we've learned to grow together, and it's been super cool to watch them at the beginning of the year to now, like the improvement that they've made, and I'm super proud of them.
Early in your career was Coyote Run, obviously one of the years. The sprinklers go crazy, and the course is just is all nasty and soggy, and trying to find good footing. And then even on Saturday, while the conditions were favorable, still some ports were uncertain footing and muddy and whatnot. But I'm like, that's right in the sweet spot for Lone Peak. Whether it's maybe not a fair comparison at the regional athletic complex, but certainly since the state meet's gone back to Sugar House Park, you ladies are the worse the better, just like it was at Glendoveer last year. I mean, did you feel like having a better understanding of the move from Coyote Run to Toka Sticks last year, that helped the group as a whole visualize better this year?
Yeah, for sure. I think so. I think we always kind of obviously, the courses are mostly the same every year, but still they're different with the different conditions, and you just remember them differently too. So I think it was still hard in a way, but and just new in a way. But honestly, every course that has mud, every course that has hills, it's a true cross-country course. So it kind of honestly makes me smile when I see it, because you're not pushing really unless you're doing something hard and doing something that you love.
Absolutely. Well, you guys make the hard look easy, and we certainly see that love and that passion in every stride that you guys take. Fantastic job. And speaking of those days at Coyote Run, I was having 2022 vibes, seeing not just one Nilsson but two right up there. I was feeling that nostalgia all over again of how great the two of you and how fearless and how courageous the two of you were as freshmen, and then to be up there again, obviously, both of you have filled such amazing roles throughout your career, but just how empowering was it to be we're going to have all four of those women, separated by just a handful of seconds, and and we're all going to be up there, and then Hailey seals the deal. How awesome was that?
Oh, it was so empowering. Just the moment after the race when we were all able to find each other and just show so much gratitude towards each other, because I don't think we could have finished that way unless we all had each other. And so coming down that home stretch, basically all stride and stride, just seconds apart, it was super inspiring and just positive energy. And it's easy to show up for your teammates when they're literally right there with you. And I know we had a couple girls coming down the home stretch with us, and all of us got the ones that we were fighting against. So yeah, super proud of them.
Most definitely. Do you take any benefit from the way that the race ends at Sugar House Park, just in terms of just really trying to get every last person and find every last millisecond in a race like that, to what that long straightaway is at the end at Toka Sticks?
Yeah, I think it's super beneficial, because at Sugar House there's a little bit of downhill, and then it's just every second counts, and you're just throwing your all out there. And so I think that does prepare you for that long finish at Toka Sticks, because you just you move and move and move, and you move the whole time. And so I was definitely, the state was a hard race for me because I was sick, but I was definitely more accustomed to that go, 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 go at the end, knowing every point matters. And so, yeah.
Well, healthy Zoey Nilsson showed us that she's a very, very dangerous and very ambitious Zoey Nilsson, a woman that I mentioned that gets to come along for the ride this time, not only one of the best sophomores in Utah, but the United States. Tatum, just you've had such an amazing role for this group. Feels like your impact, that you've already been here for 4 years, and not just a couple. Like, just how meaningful is it that so early in your career that you get an opportunity to go race at a national championship?
I'm just so grateful for my teammates because, like, I would not be here without them at all. Like, the seniors in our team, they just push me so much, and they just helped me, and I feel like they've just accepted me. Like, just even as a freshman, I just felt so welcome to the team and just so empowered by their love and just the community, and just, it's like our team's one of a kind that like, we have a pack, and that's so powerful, and I just think that helped me be even more part of the team, and so yeah, it's just so awesome.
Being in an environment like that, your first trip out of state, for this cross country season, because the one thing that Courtney and Ryan do such an amazing job, and the one thing that the upperclassmen in this group always do such an amazing job, whether it was Addie in the past or Boston in the past, or Andy, just in terms of her performance, like, it was just like, we still want to have joy. We still want to we want to smile. Like, it's going to be hard, but we enjoy the grind. But in the fact that, like, a lot of great athletes and a lot of great teams, seasons end in Arizona. Did you feel any different emotions? I dare not even use the word pressure, because this group never seems to feel it. But like, did what was at stake, or just the high level of racing, did it feel any different to you than anything so far this year?
I feel like it did definitely feel different from what I've raced before, just because it is NXR and it is a big race and out of state. But I just remember, I feel like going into it, I just wanted to really focus on being, like, calm and not try to get that, like, let that stress get to me and affect my racing ability, because I know a lot of times, like, that does happen where stress kind of just takes over and I get in my head a lot. And so just trying to be prepared and be present in the moment and not think about the future, just like what was happening right then, just trying to have a good race and just trying to focus on the present. I feel like that was mindset.
And when you're looking around at the end and there's 3 other teammates, I mean, like, that must have been like the most reassuring feeling ever, right?
It was so nice.
Awesome.
It was the best.
Fantastic job. And as I said, those 2022 vibes with Brielle Nilsson and Zoey Nilsson up there, and the fact that both of you healthy, in Arizona, unlike at Sugar House Park, I don't know if anybody was thinking in any way, shape, or form, because this group is always so optimistic and positive and enthusiastic. But it's like, but the reality is, when the region is as tough and demanding and deep as the Southwest region, even a team as great as yours, nothing's promised, nothing's guaranteed. That could have been the last time that this group was together. So how much joy and gratitude and appreciation are there, Brielle, that the journey continues for one last hurrah at Glendoveer Golf Course in Oregon?
I think we all had a fantastic race at NXR, but I am so grateful that we get to go to NXN, because I want Hailey and Tatum to have that experience. And so I feel so much gratitude that all of us did, like, put our hearts out on that course. So, like, no matter what happened, we were going to be okay. But I'm super grateful that all of our efforts combined got us 10XN. So.
Absolutely, and just the finish, with the 4 of you. I mean, especially you and Zoe. I mean, you both passed more than 20 people in that last 1.1. Like, some people don't even do that in a race, Brielle. Like, let alone the last 1.1. I mean, I know, maybe. Hailey and Maya and Anna, like, maybe didn't have the same sense, but like, but especially, with the 3 of you right here and the 4 of you overall, like, moving, collectively together. Like, that's the identity. Like, that's the hallmark of Lone Peak. Like, I mean, just to be able, if one's doing it, everybody's doing it. Could you feel that paradigm shift, that energy going in the right direction at the end?
Yes, 100%. I think we all, at different points in the race, had to lead at some point and make that move, and all of us matched it. And we actually talked to each other a lot throughout the race, which I love, because it gives me reassurance and them reassurance. And so there was multiple times when Tatum would hit me and be like, okay, like, let's go, or like, I trust you. And then Zoey would make a move and we'd go with her. And then at the end, I was actually in the front, so, well, it was me and Maya, like, leading together, and Maya was in front of me, and I felt her going, and I didn't know where the two were behind me were, but I knew that they were close by. And so I heard my coach say, just go get as many girls as you can. And Maya started moving, and I started moving, and it was so powerful that we could all move together and work towards the purpose together. So, yeah, it was so cool.
Absolutely. Again, one of the great last 1.1 miles in Lone Peak history and Southwest history, from a projected 10-point deficit against Heritage to a huge victory, a 58-point swing, and the first regional title for Lone Peak since 2019. Don't have to think about fourths and at-large phone calls. They have automatically secured a fifth consecutive opportunity in 2019, 2022, 3, 4, and 5 at NXN. Brielle and the entire group and Paityn, congratulations, and we look forward to seeing you December 6th at Glendoveer.
Thank you.